Good morning. Apologize for the glasses, but the old age is kicking in. I want to tell you guys a story. One that begins with a noble idea, penned by men who had just fought a war to escape tyranny, and ends rather predictably in a marble building full of people who've figured out how to game the very system meant to keep them honest. The Founding Fathers wanted to have checks and balances, not just in the levels of government, but for the individual to ensure that they were protected so they could do their job. And within this, it's called the Speech or Debate Clause of the U.S. Constitution. 43 words nestled into Article 1, Section 6, was supposed to be a shield. It says, members of Congress shall not be questioned in any other place, and for things that they say, in particular in the course of their official duties, shall not be questioned. The idea was simple: protect legislators from retaliation when speaking the truth. The truth being the operative word, and of course, modern-day politicians have learned to exploit this rule for their benefit. And like most shields in Washington, didn't take long for them to start using it as a weapon against the people. Let's start with Harry Reid, the long-serving senator from Nevada. In 2012, standing on the Senate floor, Reid claimed that presidential candidate Mitt Romney hadn't paid taxes in 10 years. There was no proof, no document, just a political nuke lobbed in front of C-SPAN cameras. When the truth finally came out that Romney had paid millions in taxes, Reid was asked if he regretted it. His answer? Romney didn't win, did he? That's not remorse, that's strategy. And because Reid said it on the Senate floor, he's protected. Then there's Adam Schiff, California congressman, chair of the House Intelligence Committee during the first Trump impeachment. Schiff told the public repeatedly that there was direct evidence of Russian collusion. He said he'd seen it firsthand. He had the evidence. He went on every cable news network with certainty of a man holding a royal flush. But behind closed doors, under oath, he admitted the evidence did not exist. That wasn't a mistake. That was a carefully rehearsed deception in Godfather Al Capone style. And every time he said it in a hearing or on a floor speech, he's protected. Ilhan Omar suggested U.S. politicians were all about the Benjamins when supporting Israel, a phrase widely condemned as anti-Semitic. When called out, she claimed it was about lobbying. But the damage was done. Headlines spun, narratives were locked, but again, speech delivered during her official capacity was protected. Even Marjorie Taylor Greene, to call out both sides, and Jamal Bowman, Mr. Fire Alarm himself, the polar opposites on the political spectrum, have made wildly misleading statements about each other's behavior in public spaces, and then cited the protections of their office when backlash hit. The left and the right, it seems, finally agree on one thing: truth is optional if the cameras are rolling and the Constitution is in your corner. The founders didn't write this clause so politicians could spread half-truths or weaponize falsehoods. They wrote it so people could speak courageously, so they could expose corruption, not manufacture it, so they could represent the people that elected them to do thus, in truth. But now, it's used as a sort of diplomatic immunity for dishonesty. It's the legislative version of, I can say whatever I want and you can't sue me. And it shows. They tell you your gas stove will destroy the planet. They tell you your AR-15 will start a war. They tell you your kids will die unless we pass a 3,000-page spending bill tonight. And if you push back, if you ask for evidence, they smile and said, I said it in session. They don't have to be right. They just have to be protected. This is an oversight. It's an insurance policy for professional manipulators. It's why they can accuse Supreme Court justices of crimes with zero evidence. It's why they can call border agents racist while those same agents pull children from rivers. It's why they can tell you the border is secure, the economy is booming, and boys are girls, while never facing a moment of legal consequence for the damage they do. I've sailed the 7 seas, and I've worked for Fortune 15 companies. I author a podcast, and I've done a lot of things as a father and a husband, some I'm proud of, some that I'm not. But I have never, ever acted like the people in Washington. In Washington, you just lean into the microphone, adjust your tie, and cite Article 1, Section 6. The rest of us, which the Constitution is actually written for, not for the government, but for the people, we have to live by a different standard. That's not public service. That's theater. The speech or debate clause was meant to protect truth. Now it just protects the people who've forgotten how to tell it. Folks, we'll be on at 7 o'clock. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tonight.